There we go. So what I wanted to share with you today, because I know everybody, when we do these trainings that we start out and we're trying to bring kind of everybody on the same page, it's going to be duplication for some people, what I'm going to share with you, but for some other people, it's going to be brand new. Okay, so just hang with me as we do these trainings for, helping to grow your team to silver, but then also helping you to figure out how to do it easier and without a lot of thought into that you have to overthink it. So stick with me through the trainings as we do these on Sunday nights, because you're going to learn, at least take away something from the training that's going to help you. And so that will help you. So just stick with me through the trainings, even if it might be a little bit of duplication for you, and then encourage your teams to also join in on the trainings too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take us back to our back office and show you where some things are there in the back office that's going to help you to navigate through the back office to understand things, but then also how you can use the tools that Plexus has put in place for us to easily be able to share Plexus to other people. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Just give me 1 second. See if I can find this here. Okay, so what I did was I have up like a dummy back office, so it doesn't have anything on the dashboard. But I'm going to go directly into the training center first, and we'll go into the library. Okay, so everybody has the same back office library as soon as you join Plexus, and you can see, for those of you who have been in here before, it has changed a little bit. And so we have at the very top, like your list of 64, of where you're going to get that list to write out people's names, and then of your contacts. So you've heard of your Frank's list before, which is friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids' friends, and then I forget what the S stands for. Oh, social circle. So this would be a list that you could use for that. There's another one too that Super Saturday released for you that works out really well too. I haven't quite got onto that one yet, but it is a really great one too. There's the IPA worksheet. So if you just go into these things, you can pull them up and print them off. Or the other thing I like to do too is if I'm working with somebody new, I can go up here and copy this link here and then take it back to Messenger and paste it in Messenger for them and say, here's your daily IPA sheet. You might want to take a look at that. Okay, so that's something really that you can do for your new team members, because what you show your new team members as they come on, I always teach this back office to everybody that is joining my team, just so that they can know where things are, even if they're not going to want to grow the business, so that they know at least how to navigate through things. And then the digital success kit. For when we come into Canada, if we have, I think we're pretty much all Canadians on here. Any of the Americans, this would not have pertained to you, but when we came into Canada on March 21st last year, there was a period of time where not everybody got their success kits. They weren't mailed out because they weren't actually at the distribution center in Ontario. So you might have people on your team, maybe you don't have this, but there's a digital success kit that is available if you didn't actually get a success kit. I have no idea why there's a purple line on my screen. I think something happened there. I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, so in here you'll find the Rank Up Roadmap, your Quick Start Guide, what if this could change everything. And this is even something where I can show people, like say if I was even prospecting somebody, I could even come in here and show them, what if this could change everything, and actually go through this with them by doing a Zoom call with them. I could say, this is our executive, our president, Tara Robinson, and then just work through this pamphlet, which is really, really great. And what I love about this, you guys, is that we don't have to know all this stuff by heart. We can be sharing this with people right from the screen and actually reading things to people, because what you're doing as you're doing that is you're actually, this one particularly is really good because a lot of people want to know, well, how do we get paid? But what you're doing is as what you present to your new people is what they're going to think they need to do, or they're going to evaluate whether they can do it. So if you're making it very complicated, you're reaming off all this information, they're going to be like, man, I have like a full-time job. I can't do all this. But if you can show them a link that they can go to, that's very doable and very easy for people, okay? So let's continue on down through what we have in this back office. So then there is your different recruiting files here, okay? There's leads you didn't know. That was one of the ones that was put out by Plexus for different people to remember, supportive relatives, who has children. And then I love the system that they put in where it was send, share, and invite. We have that file in the back office too. So if you send something to Sue, you click it off. You shared a video with her, you click it off. You invited her to a 7-day challenge, you're gonna click it off. And then how many times did you follow up with her? So that you can look at this and see where you're at with Sue. And then maybe you might have Karen down here or Jamie down here, okay? So it's gonna be a list that you're gonna keep in a file or a binder that you keep track of who you're prospecting, who you're reaching out to. And then some things down here like product training. There's a combo flyer or the welcome pack flyer. A lot of times I'll send this link to people when they're wanting to know, well, what welcome pack should I take? Which one do I want? I personally, myself, no longer am promoting these welcome packs that are $132, okay? I am going directly to the $265 first. I'm showing my new people the Cadillac first, okay? And then that way they'll see that they get a bigger discount on these products. We also, when we sell these $265 welcome packs, which they are on sale right now for $20 off, you're gonna get a $25 building bonus, but you're also gonna get 5 profit sharing bonus points, which is gonna be roughly worth $15. Okay, so all in total, you're gonna be getting a nice little sum of business builder and profit sharing points just by selling this welcome pack. So get comfortable sharing this first because you're offering them the very best, and then what you share with them, that's what they're gonna share with their people, okay? And then you can get comfortable with these videos in here too, what they all pertain to. They're mostly about product training. Sharing system, absolutely love this new sheet that they came out with for Super Saturday, because it is telling you exactly how to start working your business. So this is a module that you'll want to follow. If you're wanting to go silver this month, it's send, share, and invite. So you're going to send out messages at least 5 to 10 times daily. In all honesty, if I'm working my business strong, it would be more 10. If it's my regular working schedule, right now I'm heavy on recruiting because I know January to April is our strongest months in our industry for this kind of product. I'm actually doing a 90-day challenge right now with myself. So I'm more likely to be pushing for this number versus the 5. But always when you reach out for at least 5 people a day, 5 to 6, 7 times a day, you're gonna get activity in your business. Without a doubt, you're gonna get activity. Because for every 10 people you reach out to, at least 1 to 2 are gonna join your team if you're following the proper formats of how to do that. We're gonna kind of work through that a little bit. So a reach out would be a message and then asking a question, for example, can I share an opportunity video with you? Can I share a product video with you? Can I share the empowerment video with you? And they most generally always say yes. And then once they work through watching the videos, then you're gonna share maybe another video. If you share the empowerment video first, you're gonna share the opportunity video next, or maybe the ambassador stories, okay? And you just keep following up with them by sharing things. I'm gonna show you how to share from our shareables also later to make it very easy for you. And then you're gonna invite. So right now we have so much going on in Plexus with our own team things, and then also with Plexus Worldwide, there is nothing that you cannot invite them to every week, because we have every Monday night now, Plexus Worldwide is doing an opportunity meeting. So that's where you want to plug your new people into those opportunity meetings. You want them to have third-party validation. You don't want everything to be coming at you or from you, because again, this is where you're training this new person to say, well, that was easy. They just sent me to a corporate opportunity meeting, and I can do that because all I have to do is send them the link. So you're basically going to be just asking them, hey, if I set you up with the opportunity meeting that corporate puts on, would you have time to take a look at it? And even if they don't have time to take a look at it, it's always recorded, and you can always send them the recorded version if they're busy. So then we have every Tuesday night is a product explanation video, or not video, sorry, meeting that corporate is doing for us too. And then on every Tuesday, Canada is also doing an opportunity meeting, which is put on at 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so if anybody needs to have these dates, I'll try and put them in the back office tomorrow morning. So that's every Tuesday night. Canada is going to be doing their own opportunity meetings because the U.S. and Canada is different. I love to show them the U.S. one as much as I do the Canadian one because there's value in both, and they also may have U.S. friends too. Then a big meeting that we're doing for our team is on January 24th. That is the the opportunity, the comp plan, by Jesse Nelson, who Jesse, he came from a very successful company and worked in Canada, and he then decided to join Plexus on the corporate side. So he has a lot of great knowledge in the field, but also he loves compensation plans, and he swears by the Plexus compensation plan as being the very best. So he's joining our team from corporate, and he's a director of sales for corporate. This is something that there's a Zoom link. Send that Zoom link to your friends. If you have some friends who possibly are interested in the business portion of things, you definitely want them on that call. Just because it's a team training does not mean you cannot share that Zoom out to your friends. And what a great opportunity for them to see actually somebody from corporate sharing for our team, because that adds value to our team, that we can actually have corporate staff working to help us to grow our teams. Then on January 27th in Fredericton, New Brunswick, we have a sip and social at 2 p.m. And then February the 4th, there's a three-day challenge. And then February 4th, we have Canadian Jewels. So there's so much stuff, guys, to put people to. Don't handle it all on your own. Plexus has made it so easy for us. You want to take advantage of these. And when you see things posted in our team page, Freedom Revolution, or any other team page that might be going on, write those dates in your calendar and own your business, that it's important to have those dates written down in your calendar, because then you'll be able to remember that if you say you ran into somebody tomorrow and they're like, yeah, I'm really interested, and you could say, hey, listen, corporate is doing a meeting tonight. Can I send you the link so you can jump on? And that's a perfect scenario to happen for you. Okay, so you want to make it really easy. So then we'll continue on down. The scoop is where you're going to get updates and highlights on everything happening in Plexus. How to invite to Plexus events is a great tool to have. You want to learn how to invite people to events. And I would say in all the years I've been doing the Plexus business, it'll be 5 years in February, I have seen probably 95% of the people that attend a meeting will sign up. 95%. My girl that was with me at Super Saturday for the opportunity meeting, she is signing up on Thursday. Okay, so it never fails, because they get the spirit of what's happening. They get part of the culture. They also feel like they have a community to belong to, because you would be surprised at how many people need even just the community. And I think it's a wonderful thing that no matter where you're at in Plexus rank-wise, we're all one Plexus. We're all so just excited to have people join us and be part of what we're doing. And we're just happy if somebody's happy with the product. If somebody wants to take it all the way to the top, we're just as equally as happy with that too. So learn how to invite people to events and get out and do that. How to Share Success from Home. That's a magazine that has all of our business stuff in it, from Success from Home, which is a magazine you'll find on the newsstands. Product price sheet is a great thing to print off and have it in your binder that you work from. It's always there whenever you need it. It's hands-on, so you don't have to be asking for prices. In Motion magazine. Okay, I love this magazine, and I have got to admit that I recently only just got onto this, and I didn't see the value of it until I just really, I guess it was Darla. She said, Krista, are you following the Emotion magazine? I was like, not really, like I've been doing the business for 4 years. And I was like, I haven't really followed it. And she's like, you need to be following it. So Emotion Magazine, if you had a brand new ambassador and you're brand new and you have no idea what to do with them, definitely add them to the team page. And then you're like, well, I don't know anything about doing a team, or I don't know what to do with them. So sometimes people just leave them hanging, which is the worst thing. But Emotion Magazine, if you go through this page by page with them, and I wouldn't go too far, I'll show you where I stop right now. But connecting with your why. How many of you have your why in place? And sometimes people say you need to choose a why that makes you cry, and I totally disagree. I say you need to choose a why that makes you work. Because if you're out doing the work and your why is propelling you forward, you're going to have success. So when you have that why that is like, I'm going to do this because for me, my story was, as many of you know, I needed the income. So there's nothing that will put you into working mode any faster than have the hair stand up on the back of your neck, an anxiety attack in the middle of the night, because you're not sure where your money's going to come from. So that is what my why was that propelled me forward in the beginning. Now it is totally different. Now it's just, I want to see my team succeed, and I want to see them get to where they want to be. So my why has totally changed, and it's become probably even more passionate driven now, because now I have people attached to it. So it's totally changed. But this is where you could ask your new person, what is your why? Why are you doing Plexus? What motivates you to keep going? Okay. And then set out a 90-day goal, with them. What are their goals? Have you touched base with them? Do they want to have their products paid for this month? And how can you help them to do that with action steps? Do they have an accountability partner? I think it is fabulous when sidelines power partner together. There's something magical about happens when sidelines get together, or even from other teams. I have so many friends from other teams that I just power partner with, that pour into me and I pour into them, that we have nothing to do with each other financially, other than we're part of one Plexus, right? So find accountability partners, and we're all of different characteristics. We all have different passions in life. Find the person that works with you, and you will find that person when you open yourself up to that. And even if you still are struggling in that area, just keep telling yourself, I'm going to find the most amazing accountability partner, and we're going to work so well together. Put those positive affirmations into your head, and I can guarantee that will be given to you. And then I will mentor. Who are these people going to mentor as you're bringing them onto your team? And then Eva gives a really great little insight. Eva is just a humble person. She's our first diamond and only diamond in Canada. And she gets some really great, easy points in here about building relationships. And I've spent a lot of time with Eva over the last few years, and she is just real. And so that's why she's been able to build so many relationships, because she's just real with everybody she meets. It's always great to get out and watch her just navigate through relationships with people. And then, so then love your customers. As much as we talk about team building, customers are just as important, and customers make the very best ambassadors. And here is an example is, if you had 5 customers on your team, say they were all purchasing the Balance Pack, which is roughly about 100 PV as preferred customers, and you yourself has 100 PV in whatever products that might look like, you're going to make at the very least $231.88 USD. Okay, so that works out to be well over $300. Right there, you're going to be getting your own product paid for, and then have a little bit left over. Okay, this is a great question when people are. I asked this of Natalie Fuller the other day. I said, if this was the case with somebody, in another network marketing company, because we were comparing comp plans, and she's very familiar with one company. She said that this scenario here in her old company, somebody would make $35, and we would make 231 American, well over $300. So that right there is proof in the pudding that our comp plan is absolutely amazing, only for customers even. But then think what happens when you start adding team members. And then this is where I like to stop is at silver. I don't like to go too far past here, because I think once we get past here, people just start glazing over. I like to just stop at silver. So there's you plus your 3 people. and what that's going to look like. You're going to actually get 15 Plexus pay points because they're all on your first level. Each one's worth 5 points each. So that's going to equal 15 Plexus pay points. Pay points are roughly about $3 per point, but we've been rising up past that $3 per point with the introduction of Joyum, Lean, and MetaBurn. They've really added to our profit sharing point value. And I expect this month will be really exciting with MetaBurn being so popular. You're also going to get 15% retail overrides commissions and then 5% override commission on your first level. So any PV that these people put through, you're going to get 5% of that over and above their 100 PV. So this is why I always say people, don't stop at your 3 if you're intending to go further, because you get to take advantage of 5% of their commission, which does not get taken away from them. It's added to your commission. And so as wide as your team grows, which we all know can be to infinity, you're getting a 5% retail override of their commissions. Okay, and you're paid on 5 levels deep of the 7 levels just at this point. So that's where I'm going to stop with that because I don't want you to do too much. There's some other stories in there. There's a little bit of opportunity stuff, introducing to some different corporate people, but I don't want to overwhelm either you or your new ambassador, okay? And then, of course, you have the Fresh Start Flyer and the Fast Start Flyer. I'm not going to explain these too much because I think people have heard enough about them probably. And again, I always say about any kind of incentive that's happening, the money is not going to drive you. It's not the money that drives you to get into action. It's your why that drives you to get into action. So even though in both of these, the Fresh Start and the Fast Start, there's a huge amount of money there that you can make as either as a brand new ambassador or a seasoned ambassador, your why is the only thing that's going to drive you. I could talk to the cows come home about you're going to make $3,000, if you do this, this, and this. But if your why is not strong enough, or your ability to just push through your fear, this isn't going to make a hill of beans. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. Just know that it's really good and go back and look at it. Okay, let's talk about how can we share Plexus really easily. I do have some verbiage that I did put on the team page that is under the recruiting tab. But let's say if they want to, what if they say, well, I would like to know what is in the, say, the Joyum, okay? So that, tell me something about Joyum. So you could say, okay, I have a brochure for you. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to go grab it. So you're going to go to the shareables, find the brochure on Joyum. You could either download it to your computer, which I do have a lot of mine downloaded, so it's really fast. You could email it. You could put it on Pinterest. You could put it on Twitter, or you could Facebook it to them, which I think probably the majority of us work through Facebook, I think. So you could take that little brochure of Joyum like that. You could either put that on your timeline if you want it. You could, showcase that on your timeline, which is a really nice professional graphic. Or you could go into a group if you want it. You could share it in an event. But what if we put it in private message and sent it that way? And say Heidi was my person I was working with. I would send it to Heidi. So there's Heidi there. And then I'll just go down and send the message. So, Heidi, I hope you buy some Joyum from me. Yay. So that looks really nice and neat when you go and send that to her that way. It was super easy, right? And then that works for any of the videos or any of the information back here, information sheet on the lean. There's also, if you wanted to know, say, for example, how to share the lean. Like, you don't know quite how to do the marketing for some of these products. So if you go in here and you take a look at this, everything that you would need to say or know about lean sorry, I have to download it, sorry, is in this file. And they have these on each product that we have. Okay, so you can read about the lean, but then it shows this girl working. So it's going to say, okay, 3 ways to think lean. Okay, we've got the meal, the chocolate in the way, chocolate vanilla way, and then we have the vegetarian. And then what about sharing it? So you can share these graphics, you can copy and paste those, and then also personal messages. So you can even copy and paste these messages so that you can send just that message out to people if you're talking about lean, okay? Plexus, again, has just really helped us out a lot. You can use these hashtags so that other people can find your stuff that you've posted. You can share your own story. It tells you how to create your own story. And then I love this idea here too, because it's showing you tools. We want to become system-based, not people-based. So say you talk to somebody about the lean and they're like, you know, I'd like to know a little bit more. Or you might end it with a question, say, can I show you a product video? And they'll say, sure. So you go and find the lean product video, which will be in these shareables. And then they'll watch it and you can say, so tell me, what did you love about that video? And they might give you a couple of different things. I love that it was vegetarian because vegetarian protein is so hard to find. You know, can you tell me anything more about it? You're going to share the family brochure, okay? And then they might be somebody who's really, really green, which I totally am not. The less information for me, the better. But if they're really green, you're going to want to share the information sheet with them because that gives all the details plus the frequently asked questions, okay? So that is what we call system-based, sharing tools with people, okay? And it says use at least 2 tools with your prospects as you begin introducing lean. So really utilize those. And then it even gives you conversation starters of how you can start a conversation. Goes right through the whole system. Follow up, and then the close. So what do you think of lean? I know it sounds like just another meal replacement, but seriously, have you tasted it? You have to taste it to believe it. So let's get your order in. Or you might want to send them a sample even, and that works out really great too. Okay, so utilize all those shareables. Get in there and have fun. You cannot mess it up. A lot of times I'll send the lean recipe book to people who have already ordered lean. Sometimes I even do this after somebody has ordered lean from me, like maybe like say 2 or 3 weeks in, like, hey, I just thought of you. I know you got the lean. Thought I'd share this recipe book with you. You know, it adds value to them. So then there's also tools here, latest and greatest, which would be like our convention things. I guess they have only the product catalog here. This is a great thing. I just started sharing this with people too as I'm prospecting, okay, because they like to look at the catalog. It's a beautiful catalog and it shows how our marketing is so great. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that's pretty much all I need to show you for in the back office. A lot of you I know have talked about, you know, I'm not even sure how to get started or what to do to even go silver. And sometimes we get paralyzed by fear, and that creates so that we don't even want to do anything. But I can guarantee that the best way to get either unstuck or to get started is just to start. And even if it means starting messy, because if you don't get started at all, you're never going to be able to say, I'm not sure what went wrong. And we all start out making mistakes and saying the wrong thing. I just went back and wrote back to a girl that I was with in Florida, and I said, hey, you know, called her by name. I know that I started sharing Plexus with you, but I feel like I really kind of messed it up. Like I was just totally honest with her. I didn't really know what I was talking about at that time. And I was just wondering, can you give me another chance to share what I know now? And I think people really appreciate the vulnerability because, again, it shows that we're not perfect at this. We work and we do our best until we can figure out our own system, but you have to do it messy. You have to do it where you're awkward feeling, and you have to do it where, you know, if you're doing a presentation and your knees are knocking, your voice is quivering, you still have to do it because that gets you out of your comfort zone, right? So just get started. And we have the file tab. It's a topic tab actually in our back office in our Freedom Revolution. It's recruiting, where you'll find all kinds of great verbiage that will help you to get started, just to have those conversations with people. So if you want any of that stuff, if I'm saying things and you're like, I have no idea where she's saying that all is, because I can't show you everything, message me and I'll tag you or I'll send you links, okay? I'm gonna share a video with you about Bob Heilig, because I think he says it far better than I do. And this will just give you a little bit of motivation, I guess we'll call it, of where he talks about the popcorn effect. It's only 4 minutes long, so it's not going to be too long. You guys all see Bob Heilig there? Yeah, okay, let's have a listen.
Hey, Bob Heilig here, your virtual upline. Do you struggle in the area of consistency in your business? And do you know that that's the reason why you haven't been successful yet? Well, if the answer is yes, then I'm not going to ask you to look any further than the cabinet in your kitchen. And I'm going to explain to you that there's an incredibly valuable lesson that we can learn from a bag of popcorn. So stay tuned. So you might be asking yourself, what does a bag of popcorn have to do with me being successful in my network marketing business? Well, let me explain. See, the one thing that I know is this: consistency is the key to success in anything that we do. And when we talk about consistent effort, there is a general thinking that if you are able to employ yourself consistently every day in your business over a 90-day period of all-out massive action, that you can create extraordinary results in your business. And there's been examples time after time of people that have subscribed to this 90-day consistent effort philosophy. And now here's the thing though, most people where they struggle is they're not building their business consistently because they're only doing it when it's convenient or when they feel like it. They're not in a part-time business, they're in a sometime business. So I want to introduce to you a very valuable lesson that we can learn from a bag of popcorn. Now, how long does it take? I want you to think about how long it takes to fully cook a bag of popcorn in a microwave. Now, last time I checked, I haven't cooked one in a while, but it was 3 minutes. And here's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about every minute that it takes to cook a bag of popcorn as a 30-day period in your business. And I want you to think about it. When you put that bag of popcorn in the microwave and you hit 3 minutes and you hit start, I want you to think about in that first minute, how many kernels pop? Well, most cases, bags of popcorn that I cook, you don't see anything happen in the first minute. When you get to the second minute, at the end of that second minute, you start to see some sort of activity. You hear the kernels popping a little bit. You know something's working. And then if you really think about it, it's in the third minute that like 98% of the results happen. All of the popcorn, I mean, in that third minute, there is like insane activity. It's just everything pops in that third minute. So what it really takes, and I want this to be the message, it's 3 minutes of continuous sustained effort for the microwave to cook a bag of popcorn. Now here's the funny thing. Does the microwave get frustrated after the first minute when none of the kernels pop? Does the microwave say, man, I'm thinking about quitting, I'm working hard and I'm not seeing any popcorn? No. Now, does the microwave work any harder in the second or third minute than it did in the first? No. It is 90 days. It is 3 minutes of consistent effort that yields the results. And guys, there is such a powerful analogy to your business. And if you are willing to just employ that same strategy, and instead of 3 minutes, why not take 90 days of consistent effort every single day? Don't get frustrated when your popcorn doesn't start to pop in the first minute. See, here's what some of you are doing. You're putting your popcorn in for 30 days for a minute, and then when you don't see any results, you take it out and you get frustrated and you pout and you say, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And then you muster back up the courage and you say, all right, well, let me put my popcorn in for another minute. And you cook it for another minute. And then you get frustrated and you take it out. And then you cook it for another minute. And you think, well, I cooked it for 3 minutes. Why don't I see the results? But you missed the lesson. It's not 3 minutes that's key. It's 3 consecutive minutes. It's consistent effort. And if you will learn that lesson from a bag of popcorn, if you will employ yourself consistently for 90 days, don't get frustrated when you don't see the results. By the time you see the results, 90% of the work is already done. And I promise you, if you commit to 90 days, you can make miracles happen in your business. Now listen, guys, I want to let you...
Isn't that the truth? It is, that just resonated with me so much. And we all do that. We put the pedal on and we put the pedal off. We put the pedal on and put the pedal off. If we could do the consistent activity of reaching out to people, even when we feel uncomfortable, or this month has been a month where I've just gone all in, and chicken lister month is what I'm calling it, where I've been reaching out to people that scare me. And, you know, I know that I have a product that works. And I know I have an opportunity that also works just as well. And so I'm willing to stick my neck out for what I believe in, because why would I be doing this if I didn't believe in it, right? And so we all put our pants on the same way. And somebody that I'm reaching out to that scares me, she needs Plexus as much as I needed it. So that has been my goal this month. So I'm going to open it up now because we're at 10 to 9. And I don't want to leave you too much longer. We could talk on and on, but I want to open it up for questions of where you can ask some questions, and then we'll follow up with something next week to help us to get you to silver, because that is our goal, is to get you to silver. We have 30 people on, and I'm going to challenge all 30 of you to be back next Sunday. And we'll do like they do when you start a new classroom program or something. Look to the left, look to the right. They probably won't be there next week. I'm going to challenge you to be here next week so that we can learn some more together and get you to silver. But I'm going to open it up for questions of, if you have a question, maybe just unmute yourself and ask. I know we have 30 on, so we'll just take it until 9 o'clock, and then I'll answer some of your questions. Anybody?
I have a question, Krista.
Awesome.
I'm having a problem with getting people to sign up, but I have a few that are interested in being preferred customers. Now, I heard you say something about they usually end up being ambassadors, so my benefit is to get them to sign up and be a preferred customer. Is that right?
Yep, that's a great strategy, Kathy, and we all do it differently, but definitely a preferred customer is great. They might not want to be an ambassador, but a preferred customer actually pays you out very well for your commission check. Where I always struggle with that strategy is that we keep them as preferred customers if they're doing really well and they might want to do the business. To roll them over to ambassadors is a great strategy, but they might not. Maybe, and you have to do that pre-qualifying for them. If they don't want to do the business, they don't have a computer, they don't have a phone, they are extremely introverted and do not want to socialize, that sort of thing, they're better off to you as a preferred customer, right? But now if they've been on for 2 months and you put the idea to them, you're like, hey, listen, you've been loving the product for 2 months. What about if we put you as ambassador? You can get the product cheaper as long as you're going to put 100 PV through. And then let me show you how to do a little bit of the business. Do you know 3 people? And if they still persist that, no, I do not want, they're better off as a preferred customer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, no problem. Thanks, Kathy. Anybody else? Brenda, you got your hand up? I'm going to unmute you. Sorry. There you go.
Okay. This hasn't got anything to do with this, what you were talking about, but I just wondered how to deal with this. I noticed in the videos that sometimes it says that slim is not a weight product, and then in other ones they say it is. I know my people are going to ask me about that, and I don't know how to talk to them.
I agree with you. That would probably confuse most people. Because when we first started out with Plexus, we never intended to be a weight loss company. And I wouldn't even say we're a weight loss company now, other than we've added in some products that have been more geared towards weight loss, although the Slim is a balancing product. So what I say to people is, it's going to balance your blood pressure, your hormones, your cholesterol, your lipid levels. And through all of that, you can lose weight. But if somebody who they were on the Slim and they were, eating cheeseburgers and French fries and Doritos and everything else, they're probably not going to lose weight, but hopefully they would lose their craving for all that, right? So it's a product where you work with the product and you listen to your body, but it is not an actual weight loss product. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to know what was the right stand that Plexus had.
I would say it's a balancer. It's a
Okay.
body balancer. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I know you're very detailed.
Well, you know what? I know this for a fact that the people that I normally would be connecting with are very similar to what I am. So if this is the way I think,
Yeah.
the chances are that they are going to do the same thing.
Awesome.
That's how we resonate, right? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Anybody else? I don't know.
I have a question.
Sure.
Is MetaBurn able to be shipped to Canada now?
Yeah, you can ship it to Canada. It comes from, you have to go in your back office under my account, and then, you just order it as normal, but it's in US funds, and the shipping is a little bit more because it is shipping from the States, and it's tax-free, and it arrives probably about 3 weeks. So anybody that's doing MetaBurn, you kind of want to order, you can either order 3 at a time, because that's our maximum we can order as NFR, or if you're ordering only once a month, try and make sure you get your order in before your next bottle runs out so it gets here in time. Now,
So preferred customers can order it?
Yeah, they can.
Okay.
And they can actually have it on as an auto ship too, whereas ambassadors can't.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of nice for preferred, because it would get on a rotation of ordering and it would come automatically, so they don't have to worry about it not getting there on time.
Oh, awesome. Thanks.
Yeah.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Krista. I just need help. I work with people who have diabetes, and I have a small list. Now, when I'm writing emails to them, what kind of a call to action do I give them? I don't know where to go with this.
So you've kind of get to a point where you're introducing Plexus and you're doing the call of action all at the same time?
No, I haven't introduced them to it yet. I don't know how to do it in the sense, you know, I could write a little email saying I want to talk about supplements, and I don't even know how to start this.
I'll show you a little thing that I have of where I have some verbiage.
Okay.
And I'll share with you what I would do for myself when I'm talking to my people. And I don't know if this will help you or not, but basically what I'll do is send out a message to them, which, you know, I call it a cold message, or, you know, somebody that I'm talking to. So say if it was, say this one, for example, I would explain to them that it is about sugar balancing, right? So it's right. Hi, thank you very much. This one was to do with mental health. Let me see, down here it says, seriously though, Plexus is a health and wellness company that focuses on mental health by way of gut health, along with Plexus also focuses on inflammation and blood sugar balancing. So then I share my story through there. And then at the end, I end it with, if I sent you some information, would you be interested in checking it out? That's where you would probably get somebody saying yes, and that's when you could, you know, tailor a video or a sheet of paper for them. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And when you were talking about sharing this on Facebook, I don't know how to do that either.
I think we have a call with you and Monique and the team, and I'll go into more detail with all that kind of stuff.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Wonderful.
Yes, thank you so much. Anybody else have anything?
Where do I get this cold messaging from? Where do I go to get it?
That is in if you look under recruiting tab or topic in our Freedom Revolution, I'll tag you in it. And but that's where it's located at.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Yep.
Chris, I was just going to comment from Brenda's first question. If she has her cards, it actually says, if you read on your cards, it says combined with a healthy diet and exercise, it's just what your body needs to complement a weight management program. So it's just maybe a way of getting around that weight thing. And when you look on the back of it, it also says helps the body metabolize carbohydrates and fats. So if people aren't sure about the weight loss thing or whether it is or isn't, maybe those are some words that she could choose. If she has one of these cards, it's all on there.
That's a great point. I love that. Compliments. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else? Okay, well, you know what? If you guys have any topics or anything that you want me to really focus on, I would love to know what you want or need, and then I can tailor it more for that specifically, or if you need anything, personally, individually, whatever. I think it's a great time of year. 2019 is going to be spectacular for us. You can feel the little hum of excitement with people. And definitely I'm here to help you in any way to get your motivation going, to get your team inspired. If you need calls or anything or whatever that might look like, just reach out to me. I'm never too busy to help, and can't wait to see you guys just blow it up and just succeed. So I'm going to leave it right there. I'm not going to go on and on too much because we always say, we could talk on and on about Plexus. So why don't you guys all unmic yourself, and then everybody just say goodbye to each other so you all feel connected. And we'll meet back next Sunday night, same time, same location.
Thank you.
Thanks, Krista.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
It's been great. Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you next week.
See you later.
Bye.
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 Great week, everybody.
Yes.